Wakey up. Get Hattie.
I can go get it.
Sit. Good sit. Down. Yes. Good down. Hattie, go to your place. Yes. Good place.
Wow.
Good girl. Little.
Really good video. Just like in a perfect heel.
So I wanted to show you Hattie's walking. It's significantly improved since she got here. We have her on a 2.25 Hermspringer prong collar. She also walks pretty good on a slip lead. However, the reason why we felt it would be more suitable for her to be in a prong collar is when she gets an adrenaline rush and she's pushing on the slip lead, it's just causing pressure on her trachea and she's making a hacking noise. So this is a lot safer for her. And also you're gonna notice you're not gonna be fighting her as much and she's gonna be walking nicely by your side. So a dog her size, you want her ears to be right by your calf. I like to keep the dog's back a little bit further, so I'm gonna show you how she walks. How do you walk? Good. Good girl. So she sinks nicely back into the heel position. If she creeps up, I just give her a small tap, tap back. Very little pressure. I don't need to use much pressure with her. Good. So we use turns and circles to teach the dog where the walking position is, break fixation, and calm them down when they're in a heightened state. So right now I'm doing the S turn. We'll be going over about these turns and circles at her lesson. Good girl. Good. So we've trained her that when we stop moving, she needs to stop with us. It's called an auto sit. So it's a great safety feature of when you're about to cross a road, a crosswalk, or even just coming out of your door. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So I gently pull up on the leash, and she understands leash pressure. So I noticed how I didn't have to use food. I didn't have to tell her sit. I gently pulled up on the leash and her bum naturally went down. Good girl. Walk. Good. Good walk. Good girl. Good. All right, so we're gonna be going over her obedience. It's the sit, the down, the recall, and sending her to place from a distance. We use a 20-foot long leash, That way we are able to gain more distance, but also reinforce if she pops up, we can reel her back in and reset her. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Hattie, walk. Good, so I'm gonna get her into that auto sit. Good girl, good sit. Good girl. Then I'm gonna turn to face. So she popped up, nope, sit. Good sit. She does not get a treat for when she pops up. Good. Good girl. So you can start by walking in, walking out. You can tell her good sit. We do not use the dog's name when we're praising for the commands. The reason for that is her name is her recall. We don't want to send her a mixed message. Good sit. Good. So I can walk in. I can do a full circle around her. Good girl. Good sit. Walk out to the end of the leash. Down. Good girl. So right there, it's really important that you only say the command once. I want to give her time to process. If she's thinking about it, and the minute she looks away, that's when you would insert the word no and then repeat the command. A lot of the times we want to say down, 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 down. It sends a mixed signal to the dog and it makes them second guess themselves. So once she gets in that down, you always want to treat the dog in between her paws on the floor. The reason for that is when you start gaining distance, I want to teach her that the further I go, as long as you wait patiently, I'm going to come back and the food is going to come to you. Now, if I give it to her from my hand, she then learns to pop up the further I get. Good down, good girl. So notice how we don't use the word stay. The stay is implied. It's almost just a filler word. And so we teach the dogs that sit means sit, down means down, place means place, until I give you your release word, which is F-R-E-E, or another command. Good girl. So now I'm going to show you that recall. For the recall, for the first year, you always want to use a treat. It is the most important. God forbid there's an emergency, you want to make sure that your dog can recall back to you. Good. So for that recall, I'm going to use my treat. I'm going to use a little bit of leash pressure and I'm going to walk backwards. I'm going to lure her with the treat and I'm going to position her into an SIT without saying the word sit. We want to be very clear and concise with the dog. So when I say her name, it means you come, you sit, and you wait until I give you a command or until I tell you what to do next. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Hattie! Yes! Good girl! So I'm walking backwards. I'm using the treat. I stand up straight. Good girl. Free. Good.
Oh, good girl.